Hello everyone and welcome to another one of my videos. Today we're going to be playing some ABZAN KAHEERA. We've played some similar decks to this. Someone had posted this online saying they'd done quite well with it. And it is something that we'd kind of played before, so figured we'd give this another bash. It was something that we tried during the early access event to reasonable success, so let's dive on into some games with it. So, for those that aren't aware, KAHEERA means that your creatures need to be of certain types. So, of those types, all your creatures need to be, I think it's beasts, dinosaurs, amongst various different creature types, and as long as that's the case, and you can have it as your companion if you do, and obviously a massive bonus to be starting with that. So, we've got beasts, cats, elementals, nightmares, dinosaurs, or beasts. And it's a lord for those types as well. So this hand seems fine. Untapped green on one would be good, otherwise just spells would be excellent. Opponent's playing green-white without a companion. What on earth are they doing? Not sure what the green-white deck is without anything else, but that deck, okay, missing land drops as well, so. So, just going to mutate onto this. It's going to help us find a land to have access to a little bit more mana. Play up Grazer and whack him for 3. Must be some kind of Bant deck, but I don't know which Bant deck is not playing. Why you play Orion, so. So we'll whack them for 7 here. Yeah, that's fine, we get to draw a card. Put the Great Horn on top, so the Fiend Artisan is basically lethal by itself. And that nearly gives us enough mana to mutate our Nethroi. Conquer's Death with Great Horn, that's kind of inconvenient. Just put a naked Necropanther. These just bring creatures back, so I would be able to get all 4 of these creatures back. Another Conquer's Death is kind of inconvenient. Don't think I'm in for that. Let's play the Felidar. This is kind of the issue we had in these other matchups when we played this before. Just kind of just struggles to beat decks that are trying to go slightly bigger. Remotely bigger.
Together we will prevail. elemental friend.
And they only have an Uro, so they're just getting an Uro trigger here from this Conqueror's Death. It's not hanging around for now, but
Shall conquer you.
I mean, that's a weird attack. I mean, that definitely felt like a weird attack. Just suiciding that for basically no gain. Yeah. At least this taps them off a blue, so it means that we've actually got a chance of resolving this. Unless they've got something else. Got like a Teferi to bounce my line, that would be pretty gross. Another Uro, that's fine. That deals with the Nissa for now, at least. It's a real shame they exiled all of this stuff, otherwise we'd have had a heap more back with the Biolante. Just gonna jump with the Grazer. I am expecting them to have a Wrath, but at the same point, just kind of need to play like they don't. That's a good start, but not having a Wrath.
Surges through these lands.
Right, what have we got in terms of good card advantage? Unbreakable Formation would be pretty good. The Mythos would be good. I guess we're just looking for... yeah, we don't have anything else that's particularly good draws here, so other than just more creatures. At least the Great Horn's bigger than their 3/3 lands. You can't really double block any of these either, so... Just casting another Uro, are we? Graces for 5, sure. So I need a good one here. I mean, Cup Warden's a pretty reasonable one. This has already got lifelink. Can also give it indestructible, so that's fine. Let's just go with this at them, this at this. Then if they want to block here, Nissa goes to 1, then we get to mutate Cubwarden onto here and bring this back.
How rude!
Guess at that point I should have probably attacked the Great Horn as well. So then we can mutate here and bring back both of these. And we've still got an activation of this to give it instructable up as well. They've got more Uros in the yard, so happy enough just chomping. We could be here at this game for a while. Unless they have... I guess if they draw an Elspeth Conquers Death. I mean, we do just get to make nothing instructable. And we found a Great Horn, so we can mutate onto this. They got a Conquer's Death. Conquer's Death is brutal, but they don't have another Conquer's Death, which they are through 2. Alright. Okay. This just doesn't look like we can ever win this matchup. Just don't want Cubwardens. And don't want the Felidars. I feel like this deck would be quite good against like aggressive red decks or the mono black decks. Probably aside from that, it's probably not going to be great. Fiend Artisan's a pretty reasonable one. If they growth spiral into 2 white lands to wrath my board, I'll be sad. But we can't really do anything about it, so like we don't have any forms of interaction for that beyond like making sure we had a line activation. So now we can hold up a line activation, which is fine. Yeah, I'm kind of in for more lands here. So I can't really activate this Fiend Artisan until I can do multiple things in the same turn. One card in the yard apart from the Uro, so we've got another Uro, that's fine. Am I supposed to use the Fiend Artisan to find another 2? Feel like I am. Turn this grazer into something more useful. Turn it into another line, I guess. Still leaves us with Noxious Grasp available to us as well. Kind of convenient that we're not playing anything into a Conqueror's Death here. All of our stuff is smaller than that. So a Bronzehide line attached to a Bronzehide line. Means they can Uro this turn as well, which is gross. We just don't have a linear enough plan for this deck. I don't think. This was the kind of the issue we had in the early access event with this archetype as well. Just not really enough stuff going on. Opponent's got 5 spells in hand, we've got a Kaheera and that's literally it. It's just great. Yep. We can deal with Anissa, and that's about the only thing we can deal with here. Well, opponent didn't do anything, so that's a plus, I guess. Right, they've still just got 5 spells, so what is their hand? Well, that's a good draw. Let's just play this out as a separate feature. Oh, they didn't have a counter for that either, because it's just resolved. It's not sure what their hand is. But Conqueror's Death. Conqueror's Death is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Wrath my board. I am ready. There we go. play some really bad cards. Like in this deck where we're just kind of playing like a fair game with all of these cards, it just doesn't seem as good. Whereas in the kind of blue-based ones, you get a lot more kind of play to them. I don't know if it's worth. Let's say, why is this still here? Sure. Got another Wrath. We'll just pick them up. Like we're not gonna win through that. They've got a million cards. So. Don't you just love Magic some of the time? Just love it. Then they get to play Uro after all this. Draw more cards. Yeah, sure. We'll give this one another go before we shelve it again. Just don't see how it can ever beat these kind of big green-blue X decks. It's like you're just never going to win one of those matchups because our 1-for-1 cards aren't good. Like you need your Grazers for your draw to kind of work out at all, and when you've got Grazer, it just kind of doesn't do anything because it's like you're not playing enough lands to make Grazer good. Again, this is a Yorion matchup, so we're probably going to lose this. So not holding out much for this. Oh, wonderful. Okay, well they're playing elementals, so I guess if we're ever even remotely likely to win this matchup, it's probably with this in mind. So. I feel like I can kind of safely do this because whatever they do, I can Necropanther and bring back like Kahira and Fiend Artisan. Feeling pretty dead here, even though we've had a reasonable start here, but it's like our spells just don't do anything. I guess we can at least do this. Looks like we still can't attack because that Cavalier's 5/6. And then probably now just get to go. Okay, there's going to go Risen Reefs. But between that and the ultimatum, I just can't see how we can actually break through this at all. Like, we don't have any flying, we don't have any kind of reach of any sort. They're destroying spells, and then they get to Yorion blink all three of those things and draw a million more cards. It's like this Fiend Artisan can't, like, we don't even have any bullets to go and get with this Fiend Artisan, so it's like this, as much as like getting this would be good, but it's like it's just a 5/5 at the end of the day. None of these other things actually impact the board at all. I guess in theory we could sack the Great Horn and then get all of the things back, but like they've just drawn a million cards. Like we don't actually have ways to break through those creatures. I'm actually done with this one already. Like, it's just not. Our opponent played a 1/1 a 3/4 and we couldn't interact with it. So yeah, this got the same problems we had with it before. Like, I like the idea of trying to do something with this kind of stuff, but like this build is 2/4 heavy. Realistically, I think you want to have your Grazers, you want to have your Lions, you want to have your Questing Beasts. There's only 2 of these as well, but at the same point you kind of want to be like 30 lands, so I don't really know how you're supposed to fit all of those things in the way that you want to without like making some of these things just completely drop off. Like, it might be right that you're just supposed to play stuff like just go really low to the ground and play like Charmed Strays and stuff like that rather than Grazers and cut a bunch of lands. We should maybe try that. And just kind of go like Cub Warden, Charmed Stray, and where's it on the Garrison Cat and stuff like that. That might be reasonable, because I guess then we could in theory, if we did that, we could also play Lurrus in the main deck. What would that look like actually? Should we give that a go? Maybe it's just green-white. What else can we? Pridemate's an interesting one we can add in to that as well. Just trying to skim these to see what I can find that's interesting in this. We definitely want the other Kaheeras actually. Oh, we haven't got to that yet, had we? Because we've not got to multicolored. Right. Don't want the Grazers, just kind of want to be aggressive. That's just a thought, it's not necessarily staying in. Just that's always going to be reasonable in this kind of, with what we're trying to do here. Don't really have anything else. I mean, Love-Struck Beasts are a reasonable one as well that works with Kaheera. We've also got a bunch of other 1/1s. First to Ruin Games. That might be worth worth using as like some form of card advantage. Should probably just be playing full 4 questing beasts and something like this. Right, and then we wanted some number of Loris, so we can kind of recast all of this stuff. What's that put us at? That's at 40 cards, which is definitely too many. Feladar's too cute. I like the idea of some Cub Wardens. I like the idea of some Cavalier of Dawns. Maybe their own games is just too cute. We don't need any of the black sources. We're just going to be straight green-white. Just may as well scroll on and see if there's anything else that's interesting in hybrid. Fiend Artisan probably gets better in this, because then you can like sack tokens to go and get Charm Strays. That might actually be worth playing as like a double green creature there. Just kind of go really aggressive. Play another lion. How many lands would we get away with this? 23 seems like a reasonable number of lands. There's no other 1-drop creatures we can play that would work with this, is there? Twilight Panther is not what I'm looking for there. Only green creatures that cost 1. Healer of the Glade. Not interested in that one. Right. Bag of Holding still in standard. That's an interesting card with cycling. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so we want the full set of temples. And I think I said I wanted 23 lands, so probably worth just going full 4 Fabled Passages, which then means we need 3 more lands, so we want more white sources I think than green. That means we want 1 more spell. Oh, we added 1 too many. We probably don't need these triumphs at all. Go with that. And then that gives us a couple of spells that we can add. I think the Unbreakables were reasonable. Okay, so we'll give this a go for a couple games and see how this goes. But obviously, just throwing this together. So if there's anything that you think that would be beneficial for this, do shout. Oh, we didn't sort the sideboard at all. Right. We want the Ceratopses. Right, what other white cards do you tend to play in sideboards? Light of Hope's actually pretty reasonable. That's probably fine as a sideboard. Just go with something like this. Yeah, let's just go with this and see how it feels. This should have a slightly better build against some of these other decks we've been playing, because you're at least getting, even if it's not good, we're at least having the potential for aggressive draws, which is what we're essentially wanting. Loris gives us a little bit more, game in those kind of matchups. gonna mulligan. We have a lot of ones. Yeah, this is much better. Here's my 1/1 lifelinker, it's awesome. What kind of spell are they going to wreck me with here? Okay, that's fine. Scorpion, yep. Yikes. Basically get to make me sack my board here, which is exceptionally inconvenient. Again, we don't have any removal, so we're not going to be able to deal with this Lurrus once it's down. Hopefully they don't have another creature. If they have to activate this one too, then I'm okay with that. Ugh. Okay, sure. So this ends up working out okay for us. Like, obviously we lose this, but we do get the 2/1/1 still. What have we got as good, reasonable draws? Not a massive amount, to be honest. That's a fairly easy block. Cages and decrees seem great. We can cut our own Lurruses. Unbreakable's probably not necessary. Maybe land heavy. Not too land heavy, but one land heavy I think maybe. Fiend Artisan's probably not great if we're bringing in the cage. I mean, this hand seems okay. It's not ideal, but I guess we could play the protection from black creature, although it's maybe not probably not the right creature type for Kahira. Let's try again. Our super awkward mana there didn't help things. I really don't want these fabled passages in here. I also kind of want to cut a land, so let's be 22 lands, and then we can add in. Just check if that 2 drops in the right creature type. It does not look like it. Whew. Right. Give this another go. If this one doesn't work, we'll just leave it. I think we did talk about trying this kind of build the last time we played this, so I want to give it a go before we kind of write it off again. Okay, this hand's pretty reasonable. Reclamation, Flash maybe. With the sleeves they might be playing Flash. Get Storm Draft, I'm going to be really unhappy, you know, just usual stuff. Okay, that's not a Storm Draft at least. Yeah, well, I can't stop that, so. Yup. Screw it. Let's just walk straight into whatever they've got. Cool. I feel like something's about to explode. Why are we manually tapping the second time? Why Why do they always have to find it? Need a really aggressive draw against this deck, and we just haven't found it. Alright, on to play. Lifelink kitty into kitty into kitty. Okay, let's give it a go. Right, so this Fiend Artisan can go and find a Loris, and then we can I'm gonna give it one more go. Why have they always got to have absolutely everything? Just want to try the cool new deck. And I just want to see if it's going to be able to have a reasonable draw. Opponent's on Zerda, so it's probably cycling. This hand's better. Okay with the trade here if they want to do that. Otherwise we get to whack them for 4. Next turn we get to Cub Warden, that will pad our life total a bit. Actually not going to attack with the Cub Warden because I don't really want to make that trade. These life linkers are going to be pretty good. Everything having vigilance is nice though. Means that they're not really going to be able to get in any damage, so regardless of how wide they go. Sure. These pride mates are going to be large. And attack with all. Yep. They can chomp all the things that aren't questing beast, but questing beast has to trade with the two rescuers, or they're taking 5, so. Our life total keeps going up as well, so we've got, what, 7 cyclers in the yard? Yeah, that block kind of makes sense. I think I want something more impactful than that at this point. The lifelink of the cupboard in here I think is going to be relevant. That's a lot of tokens you got there, opponent. So they're going to have to double block this questing beast with 2 rescuers, which then means that they're unlikely to want to like gang block anything, or they might not even be able to. I haven't done the math. But 2 of those are going to have to get in the way of that. We're just chump blocking it. That's interesting. I feel like unless they've got the flares, that's wrong. and our life total keeps going up. We get to make a human, and we get to make a love-struck beast here as well. They can play Zerda, cycle, sure. Okay, we want a game. We want a game with this deck, so... we don't want any of these against this matchup. But I guess there's actually nothing we actually want to take out either, is there? Like, it was pretty good there. I guess Fiend Artisan's probably the most awkward one, but even then it can, like, tutor up a Cub Warden if we get enough chance, or a Lurrus to help us get a bit more mana on the go. That hand's garbage. Let's try again. That hand's garbage. Let's try again. This is the best one of the lot. Kind of into that land. Right, this is gonna be the last one with this deck anyway. Like we've tried a few different things here, tried to get it working. I think this is definitely better than what it was before, so that's a plus. They missed a land drop here, it'd be excellent for us, which they do. Right, we're going to turn this cat into a Charmed Stray. We're gonna make some big lifelinky friends here. Oh god. Oh, Lurrus is a really good draw. Should have done that next, but never mind. Let's go and get another Charmed Stray. Means these ones are going to be even bigger. Actually in for blocking with this charm stray this turn as well, so we can lure us and then we can cast this from the graveyard next turn. Look at all my cats, they so stray. Zerda, yep. Okay. I guess it means we technically can't profitably attack. Am I supposed to double block? I feel like I'm supposed to double block. That feels like an easy block. That feels like a real easy block because I get to keep one of the cats. Play Lurus. Cast Charm straight from the graveyard. Well, at least we've now got our engine online. Not sure if our engine is good, but we have it online. That's what we were aiming to do. They've only got 5 cyclers in the graveyard. Wow, they're just passing. They are just passing the turn. Right, what have we got that we can access with our Fiend Artisan this turn? Not a lot of anything. So I guess we could do... I kind of want to play the Kaheera, but I think I'm just supposed to play Garrison Cat, sack the Garrison Cat and get the other Charm straight. So sack this, it makes a 1-1. We go and get another cat. Go and get this Charm Stray, pump the guys. Scry. I'm in for more lands here. Because I want to be doing stuff with this Fiend Artisan, so... Make a flyer. Makes a 5/5. 5/5 is quite large. We don't have any flyers, do we? No, so... Okay, that's fine. We get to play Kaheera and we'll get to start attacking with the Charm Strays. Actually just get to attack with all the lifelinkers. Probably not attacking the Lurus actually. Neutralize, well, I kinda need that life, so we're actually just gonna cast this one from my hand instead. They're going a bit bigger for this deck, so... I would quite like to gain, what's that, 14 life? Block away. I feel like that was a suboptimal block. But we'll take it, we'll take it. Right, what can we find? We could find a Pride Mate, we could find a Cub Warden. I think I'm fine just starting with the attack and seeing what they do. Seeing as they made a really weird block last turn. Again, if I gain another 14 life here, I'm more than okay with that. Yeah, this is fine. You make another massive flyer. And then they're just gonna... Oh, they are actually gonna put proper creatures in the way this time. No, they're not. They have the fear. We got them running scared of the kitties. Okay, that's a much better block from the opponent this time. There we go, we figured it out. So we're gonna kill all my cats. Right, Fiend Artisan's huge. Right, so we can sack this token. We could go and get Cub Warden. That gives us another life linker to start working with. And then we can just cast another Charm Stray. It's a 2/2 anyway, so. And then just get to casting one a turn. Take my 11. How many cards they got in the graveyard? Every single one's Cyclers. They've got 11 in the graveyard, so. Put a counter on this Charm Stray. We can go and get a Questing Beast, which kind of forces a different block from them, which I think I'm supposed to do that. Yeah, I do need to sack this cat. As much as I kind of want to build up the cats, I don't think we've got enough time for that, so... We've got another Sharknado, then we're kind of just dead, so... Let's attack with all of these. Sure, makes a 1/1. The Fox might have to trade with the Questing Beast here. I think the Fox has to trade with the Questing Beast. Going to 3, and I go back up to 31, like nothing happened last time. Sure. There's 2 players in hand already. Not a massive amount we can do about that. They've got multiple flares, they've got multiple flares. Yeah, isn't magic against these decks fun? It's just so fun. Right, again, don't really want to sideboard any of these things. Ceratops is actually fine against those. Those things. I'm actually going to put a couple of those in, I think. Better than the Lovestruck Beast. Lovestruck Beast really isn't doing anything. At least I can have trample and some kind of reach. And then obviously just means that they have to use flares to kill it, otherwise they can't get through with big flying sharks. Right, we are on the play. I think this is fine. Like, Lion into Kaheera is a pretty good aggressive draw, even if we don't have a 1. They've got a Fox draw as well. Okay. Whack you with a lion. Then they can cycle and start to make this thing bigger, but at least we're ahead, and if they want to attack with us, then we get to push with everything. Like, everything having vigilance is actually really relevant here, because it means that we're attacking and threatening to block, even if we're not blocking. So like next turn, getting to play the Charm straight and the Pride Mate could be pretty good. So they could make it 6 power. This isn't particularly good there. So yeah, we'll just play Charm straight and we'll play the Pride Mate out. Guess I could have attacked the line first because I could have just done it indestructible if I needed to. Didn't really want to tax my mana that much. Guess it wasn't that much of a big deal. Guess like this Unbreakable formation is going to be pretty good at some point as well, so just get to cast this and jam with everybody. Alright, fine. Could have played around that, I guess. It was definitely not on my radar after the way that they'd built this stuff, like they had neutralizers and stuff in game 2, so oh well, at least we did something reasonable with this deck. I think this is reasonable in an aggro meta, which is not where we're currently at, but I think there is probably something there. It might take some more cards in core set to make this kind of work all the way, but yeah, it was an interesting enough deck. Hope you've enjoyed. For those on YouTube, hit like, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and thank you for watching.